Hello everyone, I am Sword Caliber 687 and today I will talk about Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4. If you guys really want to support this video, like, share, subscribe, also leave a comment below. If you guys want to see more of my content, anyway, let's begin the video. Like I said in my other Tenkaichi 4 video, I am a big fan of the Tenkaichi video games. I have played Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3 on the Wii, and I'm really excited to see more Tenkaichi content going forward. This video is about the things I want to see for Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4. I have created a list based on the things I really want in a Tenkaichi 4. Let's talk about stages. Everybody has their own favorite stage that you like to fight against your friends in a Dragon Ball video game. Like fighting in outer space, fighting against a whole planet filled with aliens, or fighting in another dimension. I would like all the previous stages from the Tenkaichi video games to come back, and I want some new stages for this game. The stages I would want, it is the Tournament of Power, the Universal Tournament, fighting in Beerus' planet, that cruise ship in Dragon Ball Super when Goku was fighting against Beerus, Planet Tuffle / Planet Vegeta, Gyu's planet, and last, Desert City. Some of the super stages I am talking about are in most recent Dragon Ball video games like Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and I have a feeling that these stages would be easily put in the game. Most Dragon Ball fans really do want the Tournament of Power to be in Tenkaichi 4. A lot of Dragon Ball fans would be really happy if that stage is put in the game. Now, I would talk about the GT stages that I want to be put in Tenkaichi 4. Gyu's planet would be one of the most outstanding stages in Tenkaichi 4. It is because the whole stage would be made out of metal. With Gyu's planet, all of it is made out of metal. The ground, the trees, and the buildings. Gyu's planet, it is divided into multiple parts. The different parts of Gyu's planet are this: the dystopian buildings, the futuristic buildings, and the metal forest. It would be really awesome if you faced off against General Rildo and his robotic henchmen. After you beat General Rildo, he would be a playable character in Tenkaichi 4. The other GT stage that I want in Tenkaichi 4, it is Desert City. A lot of you guys don't even know what Desert City is. It is because this location, it is not in many Dragon Ball video games. Desert City doesn't really have a lot of futuristic Dragon Ball buildings. It is because the city is a dystopian city. The final battle with Ice, Nova, and the Mega Shinron happened in this city. How come Nier Automata has its own Desert City? Dragon Ball GT came out before Nier Automata. Maybe a lot of Dragon Ball developers didn't really put Desert City in their games because of time restraints and stuff like that. I can understand, but I want this stage in Tenkaichi 4. Having Desert City in the story mode for Tenkaichi 4 would be a great way to end the GT story mode in that game. I am done talking about locations. Let's transition into returning characters. This is the most fun part of the video. What characters I would want to return in Tenkaichi 4? I would want most of the returning characters to be in Tenkaichi 4. Some of the characters that might not return in Tenkaichi 4 are giant characters. Whoever is the developer of Tenkaichi 4 might get rid of the giant characters for competitive reasons. Some of the giant characters in lots of Dragon Ball video games have big hitboxes, or some of them just attack too slow. A lot of recent Dragon Ball video games didn't really make giant characters playable characters. So I have a feeling that these characters might be cut out for being playable. If some Dragon Ball characters like Baby or Bardock turn giant, I feel like that would just turn into a super attack. Giant characters might be boss fights, and that's only it. With some of the characters returning for Tenkaichi 4, I would like Bandai to do an event video. What do I mean by an event video? Like something from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate announces all of the previous characters are returning for the game, and some of the characters with some changed movesets. Bandai, if you do an event video, a lot of players would be happy or angry for some of the characters that are returning for Tenkaichi 4, or some of the characters that are not returning. This would make players a lot less confused on what characters are going to be removed or brought back in the game. Speaking of tweaked movesets, I would like some of the returning characters who are coming back to have some changed movesets for when they are attacking or some super attacks. Examples are giving Piccolo an orange transformation or giving Gohan Beast. Now, I would talk about the characters I would want for tweaked movesets. The characters I would want for tweaked movesets, it is GT Goku, Baby, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Maju, Kid Goten, and Omega Shenron. I would talk about GT Goku first. One moveset I would like to add for GT Goku, it is the Dragon Flurry Fist. The Dragon Flurry Fist, it is a barrage of attacks, then Goku finishes off an opponent by shooting out a ki blast on them directly. GT Goku would use the Dragon Flurry Fist in his base form, because that is accurate to the show. I don't have anything else to say about GT Goku. Let's transition into Baby Vegeta. Baby's super attack I want to add, it is Parasite Takeover. Parasite Takeover. It is from Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Fighters. This technique allows Baby to brainwash anybody who he previously possessed. Adding Parasite Takeover might not be easy in Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4. I have two ideas. This is my first idea of Parasite Takeover. The mechanic could work like this. If Baby beats a fighter, he would automatically take over their body and uses the fighter's abilities against your opponent. Idea number 2 for Parasite Takeover. I feel like this is going to be the easiest for Bandai to be putting in this ability. Baby would summon Gohan and GT Goten when he uses Parasite Takeover. In Dragon Ball GT, Gohan and GT Goten were brainwashed by Baby, so Goku has to fight both of his sons. Parasite Takeover would be used by base form Baby Vegeta. Next is GT Vegeta / Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I would like GT Vegeta's base form and Super Saiyan form to be playable. GT Vegeta would use Gallic Gun, Final Shine, and last, Wild Buster. Wild Buster, it is from Dragon Ball Xenoverse. With this super attack, Vegeta does a dash at an opponent, and when he does a kick, and his final finishing move is shooting out a ki wave. A lot of you guys didn't even know that Wild Buster was in Dragon Ball GT. Xenoverse combined two of GT Vegeta's super attacks. One is shooting a ki wave at Nappa, and another one is a kick against Super 17. Let's change characters and talk about the king of the Shadow Dragons, Omega Shenron. With Omega Shenron, I would like a lot of Omega Shenron's Shadow Dragon abilities to be shown very well when you play him. I would like his fire manipulated abilities, his wind and ice manipulated abilities to be in Tenkaichi 4. Now, let's talk about Goku's pupil, Oob or Maju. The one super move I really want for Oob, it is his Chocolate Tornado Candy Beam. Oob creates multiple ki blasts, and he starts to form the ki blast into a tornado. The tornado shoots out a beam. If he gets hit by the beam, you would obviously get turned into chocolate. The reason why I think this super attack wasn't in Tenkaichi 3, it is probably because of hardware limitations, and I think the animation would take too long. Or some of the Dragon Ball developers for Tenkaichi 3 rushed some of Oob's movesets. A lot of competitive Dragon Ball video games with GT characters, a lot of characters get the short end of the stick unless you're GT Goku or Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. If you do Maju's super attack right, he would be a really awesome character to play. We're down on our final character with changed moveset. It would obviously be GT Goten. The moveset I would want for Kid Goten, it is the barrage of attacks that he did against Bio Broly. A lot of you guys probably do know about the Bio Broly movie. It is because it's the most hated Dragon Ball movie. I am not gonna talk about that movie. I am gonna talk about the attacks that Goten did in the movie. Goten and Trunks does multiple attacks against Bio Broly. They're moving around and dodging his attacks and punching him and kicking him. After Goten and Trunks punches Bio Broly, they shoot out a Kamehameha and multiple ki blasts. This attack doesn't have a name, I just name it. I would call it the Goten and Trunks Assault. I could see the developers, whoever is making this game, would only make Goten do the attacks by himself. If you have Trunks part of your team, he would obviously help Goten attacking an enemy multiple times. I would try to say if Krillin is part of your team, he will also assist Goten and Trunks with the attack with the Kamehameha. I think I am done talking about changing characters' movesets. Let's talk about characters I would want in a Tenkaichi 4. The new characters I would want for a Tenkaichi 4, it is Goku Black, Jiren, GT Goten, and last, GT Trunks. Goku Black would be a really awesome character to play in Tenkaichi 4, all because his ki manipulation for manipulating blades and turning his blades into scythes. It is really cool. All Bandai has to do, it is to replicate his movesets well, like in the show, and give us Merge Samatsu. Jiren is one of the strongest members in his Pride Troopers, and I would like Bandai to replicate his moveset exactly like in the show. I would like Bandai to show how powerful Jiren is. I will talk about the GT character that I want in Tenkaichi 4. GT Trunks. GT Trunks is really a special character on this list, all because he's been recently playable in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I would like GT Trunks' movesets to be faithful like in Dragon Ball GT, but I do not want GT Trunks to wield a sword like in Dragon Ball Xenoverse. It is because that's not faithful to the show. For GT Trunks' movesets, I would like Kamehameha, that big blue energy ball that he did in Dragon Ball GT when he killed Muchi. And last, his final super attack, Victory Rush. There is a big possibility that GT Trunks might not be playable in Tenkaichi 4, but if you make him DLC, I feel like a lot of Dragon Ball fans would want to play him. Finally, I would talk about my last character, GT Goten. GT Goten would really be an awesome character to be in Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4. Like I said in my other GT Goten videos, a lot of people really want GT Goten to be playable, so a lot of modders made mods for other Dragon Ball video games so he can be playable. GT Goten has full power energy wave, consecutive energy blast, explosive wave, and Kamehameha. A really cool attack I made up for GT Goten in Tenkaichi 4. It would be the Goten charge attack, but Goten would mostly do kicks instead of using his head. I don't really have anything else to say about Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4. I said enough. I think this is the perfect time to end the video. Thank you for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe. Also leave a comment below if you guys want to see more of my content. Anyway, see you guys soon.